Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about a certain deleted scene. Now, unlike most Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic World actually included most of its cut scenes on the home media releases of the film. Some of them were truly cool moments that featured nice character interactions, and there was even another instance where our protagonists view the Indominus Rex camouflage again. However, the deleted scene that I want to talk about today isn't really in the same league with all of the others, and I think that's exactly why it got cut. You see, around the middle part of the movie, when Owen and Claire were roaming around Isla Nublar looking for the park manager's nephews, there was a scene in which the two of them were going to have a nice bit of dialogue. What was said in the scene is pretty much a verbal representation for what the finished film already shows. Owen is a loner and prefers to keep to his animals instead of complicating his life with relationships. And Claire's only interest is furthering her own business goals at the expense of her personal life. It wasn't really needed, but it wouldn't really be out of place either. No, it's what comes next that I think really could have thrown up red flags for a lot of people. Now, before I go any further, I do want to reiterate that I really enjoy Jurassic World. So when I say that this particular deleted scene is possibly the worst one we've ever seen out of the entire franchise, I'm not saying that in a way in which I'm trying to frame everything in it as absolutely terrible, because that's simply not true. It's just that everything that's happening right here seems unnecessary to what actually went down in the final cut, which again is why I think they were wise to do away with it. Anywho, after the two of them talk about their personal lives, Owen Grady comes upon a huge pile of dinosaur dung. Claire turns around mid-sentence to see him spreading the prehistoric poo all over his body in an effort to hide his scent. Now, if you'll remember back to an earlier scene in the movie, Owen does this while he's underneath one of the construction trucks trying to evade the Indominus Rex. By cutting a line from the vehicle and covering his body with gasoline, we get a really cool and practical example of someone covering up their smell. This scene would more than likely have been used as a kind of follow-up on that much cooler portion of the movie. So of course, Owen tells Claire that she really needs to mask her scent in order to navigate the jungle safely, but Claire just plain won't allow Owen to be the one to cover her in the fecal matter. So instead, she does it herself. And she does it in this really odd moment of comedy and sexual tension where she slowly covers her legs with it before beginning to pat it all around her neck and finally her face. Owen makes a joke about her going a little bit too far, and the resulting punchline to the whole thing is kind of light-hearted and a little bit goofy. I can remember seeing this for the first time and thinking of how eerily similar it was to the really out-of-place moment in which Alan Grant and the Kirbys have to sink their fingers through dino droppings to find the JP3 satellite phone. The punchline to that particular joke being even more ridiculous, though, when the Ceratosaurus walks up to them and then looks straight into the camera, breaking the fourth wall to tell the audience, hey you back there, these guys stink. Now personally for me, this is the kind of stuff that I think needs to stay out of Jurassic movies. Again, I understand why it was filmed for this movie, and to be honest, it actually works and is even a little funny, but in the grand scheme of things, I think they made the best decision they could have when they cut this scene. Like I said at the start of this video, Jurassic World is one of the only films in the franchise where we've actually gotten a few of the excised scenes available to watch at home. Multiple things from all 5 of the movies have never been seen by any audience member outside of those who actually made the film, so it's pretty interesting to see something like this, whether it's good or bad. But those are all just my thoughts on this particular scene, and I really want to know what all of you think as well. I've heard some people say that this actually should have been included in the movie, so my opinion is not a kind of case closed scenario. So I want to ask you guys, do you like this scene, and would you have rather it been included in the final cut of the movie? Whatever your thoughts and opinions may be, I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I want to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that you guys tell me that you appreciate what I do so much, and I seriously am extremely thankful for everything that you guys do to help. Honestly, it means the world. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I would appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.